Pinkie Pie's Skeletal Bud by Radiated Darth. 2 brothers, 1 pie. Pinkie was laying under a twisted tree in the everfree forest with a content smile across her face. An order came in that required a few wild berries that only grew there. She'd already gathered the berries, but decided she needed a little break. Strangely enough, she never got lost or was intimidated in the forest. Most of the creatures there were somewhat afraid of her, seeing how every time they tried to attack her, she'd only give them belly rubs, which they hated for some strange reason. However, there was something ominous about the forest today. It felt colder and more windy.
Getting kinda spooky out here.
She giggled nervously to herself. The wind howled harder. She could have sworn she saw an image appear then disappear behind a tree. She figured she had enough of a break. She stood up and began to trot back to town. She felt a continuous pattern of crunching leaves behind her. She turned her head as she continued to walk. A figure appeared, then disappeared again. She began to pick up her pace, still checking behind her every so often.
Oh, sweet Celestia, just let me get home safely,
she begged in her mind. When she looked back again, she bumped into something in front of her, falling flat on her flank. She shook her head and looked at what she bumped into. A dark figure wearing a hoodie and some shorts towered over her. She was frozen in fear, unable to move. He began to speak.
Pony, don't you know how to greet a new pal? Stand up and shake my hand.
Pinkie warily stood up and extended her shaky hoof to the hooded figure. Such a strange pony. He stood on only 2 legs and had a strange glow to his eye. The figure did the same and placed its hand on her hoof. A farting sound emerged from their shake. Pinkie Pie giggled a bit, and so did the figure. He then flipped off his hoodie, revealing a skull face with a wide grin.
The old whoopee cushion in the hand trick. It's always funny.
Pinkie Pie was scared, yet relaxed at the same time. The skeleton's voice had such a deep, soothing tone to it. Not terrifying, more welcoming with a slight laugh to each word.
Hiya, I'm Pinkie,
she replied, trying to regain herself.
You're a pony, right? That's hilarious. I'm Sans the skeleton. Me and my brother Papyrus are on the lookout for any humans in this realm. Does the word ring a bell to you?
Nope, never heard of a human before,
she replied, the term almost alienated to her.
That's a relief, you know. I don't really care about capturing any humans. Now, my brother Papyrus, he's a human-hunting fanatic. But still, good to know there's not any here. Less work for me. I've been searching for humans for hours. Boy, my bones are aching.
Pinkie giggled again.
Well, quit horsing around and get back to it,
she retorted, both of them laughing together.
I like ya, Pinkie. It's hard to find another who likes puns as much as me. Most don't find them humorous.
Pinkie Pie sighed. She felt relieved that not only was she in danger, she found a new buddy.
Where's your brother?
Pinkie Pie asked.
Dunno. Probably heckling the other ponies about how amazing he is.
He should meet Rainbow Dash. I'm sure they'd have a lot in common then,
she jested.
I'm sure she has a real colorful personality.
Sans!
A shaky voice screamed out from the distance. They both turned their attention to another skeleton running full speed at them. This one much taller but better dressed. Wearing a red armor suit with a red cape.
Sans, what are you doing socializing with the residents of this town without me? How else is my popularity going to spread when you hog it all for yourself?
Chill, bro. We were just talking about humans is all.
Sans replied.
Still, I do not like the fact you're keeping all the popularity to yourself talking to horses.
He turned his attention to Pinkie.
Greetings, horsey. I'm Papyrus, a skeletal recruit of the Royal Guard,
he replied, sounding more proper.
She's a pony, Papyrus, not a horse,
Sans corrected, still smiling as ever.
Well, what's the difference?
Papyrus shrieked. Sans winked at Pinkie as he turned back to his brother.
Ponies are short, multicolored equines that stand with 4 legs. Horses have much longer necks, with an orange coat with brown spots all over. They prefer eating out of trees instead of the grass because of their long necks.
Oh,
Papyrus mumbled.
my mistake, Pony. Have you seen any humans around here? No, sorry, silly bones.
She giggled.
These confounded ponies!
How can you be angry? You're smiling at what she just said.
Sans chuckled.
I am, and I hate it!
He shouted.
I, the great Papyrus, will soon find my fame by capturing a human. Sans, if there are no humans here, we shall leave at once.
Papyrus steamed as he marched off.
If you say so, bro. See ya, Pinkie.
Sans chuckled as he followed behind his brother. Pinkie smiled and waved back. She quickly remembered the order back in Ponyville and ran off for the bakery. She'd have to think of an excuse for being late. No other pony would believe she chatted up a bunch of talking skeletons. Author's note. A crappy little Undertale story that I threw together in a couple of minutes. Figured it was gonna happen eventually, so I may as well make it now. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like it if you liked it, or to dislike if you didn't like it. That way others can see if it's any good or not. Which it really isn't.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it, and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team.